Rainbows at night. Discover the moon's magical color show.
Picture a rainbow, bright colors arching across the sky, right? But what if I told you rainbows don't just appear in the daytime? Believe it or not, there's such a thing as a moonbow, a rainbow that happens at night. This rare phenomenon occurs when the moon's light, usually a full moon, reflects off of water droplets in the air, just like how sunlight creates daytime rainbows. But moonbows are much fainter, sometimes appearing white to our eyes. Why? Our night vision isn't as sharp, so discerning the colors is hard. However, if you're lucky enough to witness a moonbow and you snap a photo with a camera, all its colors can come alive in the picture, thanks to the camera's sensitivity to light. These otherworldly arcs have been seen in places like Yosemite National Park in the US, Victoria Falls in Zambia, and even in Scotland. Isn't it amazing how nature can turn the ordinary into something so magical under the silver glow of the moon?
Can fish fly to space? Unbelievable journey of aquatic astronauts.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered if life from our oceans could thrive up there? Well, get ready for a splashy space fact. In 1973, during the Skylab 3 mission, NASA sent fish into space for the first time. The passengers were mummichogs, small fish that are not much bigger than a goldfish. But why send fish to space, you might ask? Scientists were curious to see if the fish could adjust to zero gravity, and if they did, how it would affect their sense of direction. After all, fish don't just swim left or right, they also go up and down. In space, there's no up or down like there is in the water on Earth. The result, the mummichogs did more than survive. They adapted. They started swimming in a loop, as if they were trying to find the down that didn't exist in space. This fascinating experiment helped scientists understand more about how living creatures can adapt to space environment. A small step for a fish, a giant leap in our quest for knowledge about life in outer space.
A lake under the ocean? Dive into the deep sea's bizarre secret.
Ahoy, ocean adventurers and fact finders. Imagine sailing the seas and stumbling upon a lake. But wait, you might think, aren't lakes and oceans totally different things? Buckle up, because I'm about to take you deep beneath the waves to a place where the impossible becomes possible. Deep down on the ocean floor, there lies a phenomenon that defies all common sense: a lake beneath the sea. Yes, you've heard it right. Under the ocean, there's a body of water called the brine pool. It's so salty and dense that it doesn't mix with the surrounding seawater. This creates a surreal spectacle, almost like an underwater painting that refuses to blend its colors. The high salinity of these pools means they are often void of life, creating a deadly trap for unwary sea creatures. It's a fascinating glimpse into an otherworldly habitat right here on Earth, hidden in the depths of our very own oceans. Isn't our planet just full of surprises?
How can ice catch fire? The chilling heat of frozen flames revealed.
Hey there, curious minds. Prepare for a twist that's both icy hot and incredibly cool, a phenomenon that seems like it belongs in a world of magic rather than science. Imagine holding a chunk of ice and it suddenly bursts into flames. You might think that's impossible, but let me introduce you to a real-life marvel of nature called flammable ice. This isn't your average ice cube from the freezer. Far beneath the deep blue sea and beneath the ground in frozen areas lies a curious substance known as methane hydrate. It looks just like ice, but with an explosive secret. Methane hydrate is made of water and methane gas, and when it's lit, it ignites into a fiery blaze while staying frozen. This bizarre ice-fire combo could be a massive energy source in the future, although it does come with environmental concerns. So next time you think about ice and fire being opposites, remember the phenomenon of flammable ice that defies the rules.
The bird that prefers walking over flying? Uncover the earthbound wanderer.
Think all birds love to soar high in the sky? Think again. Meet the curious case of the kakapo, a bird that has wings but doesn't use them to fly. That's right, folks. This feathery friend is the world's only flightless parrot. Native to New Zealand, these plump nocturnal birds prefer a leisurely stroll through the forest over flapping through the clouds. Why, you ask? Evolution has crafted their unique lifestyle. They're perfectly adapted to their predator-free habitat. Sadly, they're also one of the most endangered birds on the planet, with a population barely scratching 200. Conservationists are working hard to save the kakapo, so each and every bird has its own name. So next time you think about hitting the skies, remember this earthbound avian that keeps its feet on the ground by choice.
Can bears really love honey? Unraveling the sweet truth behind the myth.
Hey, nature enthusiasts. Ever seen those classic images of bears dipping their paws into beehives for a taste of golden honey? It's a story as old as time, but is it true or just a fanciful tale? Prepare for a berry sweet fact. Despite what you might think, bears really do go wild for honey. But it's not just about the honey. They're also after the nutritious bee larvae found inside the hives. These protein-rich larvae are a major part of the bear's diet, especially in preparation for the long winter hibernation. Surprisingly, though, not all bears have a sweet tooth for this sticky treasure. The type of bear plays a role. For instance, American black bears are the genuine honey fans, while others like brown bears might not chase after it that often. So next time you see a bear cartoon with a jar of honey, remember there's some real truth to it. They barely can resist.
Is it possible for a plant to eat a mouse? The shocking dietary secrets of green predators.
Hey friends, brace yourselves for a fact that's as wild as it is green. When you think of predators, you probably imagine lions, tigers, or even sharks. But what if I told you that one of the craftiest hunters isn't an animal at all, but a plant? That's right, it's time to shine a spotlight on the ruthless Venus flytrap. Unlike most plants, the Venus flytrap doesn't settle for just sunlight and water. It hungers for meat. It has jaw-like leaves that snap shut faster than you can blink when an unsuspecting insect lands on them. But insects aren't the only thing on the menu. These green predators have been known to catch and digest small frogs and even mice. With special enzymes, they break down their prey to get nutrients, just like animals do. So next time you pass by a plant, give it a second look. You might be gazing at a secret carnivore.
A hidden microphone in the forest, the incredible mimicry of the lyrebird.
In the dense forests of Australia, there's a bird that could fool you into thinking you're in the middle of a bustling city or even on a construction site. It's called the lyrebird, and it's one of nature's most remarkable copycats. The lyrebird doesn't just mimic other bird calls. It can imitate chainsaws, car alarms, camera shutters, and even the human voice. Scientists are blown away by its ability to replicate sounds so precisely. Can you imagine walking through the woods and hearing the unmistakable sound of a hammer hitting nails, only to find out it's actually this talented bird? It's like having a living, breathing jukebox in the wild. The lyrebird's astonishing skill is more than just amusing. It's an example of the incredible adaptability of wildlife. So next time you're exploring nature and hear something out of the ordinary, look around. The forest might just be playing tricks on you, all thanks to the amazing lyrebird.
Plants that summon bodyguards? Discover nature's tiny defenders.
Let's take a walk in the wild where even plants have their own security. There's this amazing plant called the acacia, which has a unique way of protecting itself. It offers nectar to ants as a meal. In exchange, the ants become like bodyguards for the plant. When hungry animals come to eat the acacia leaves, the ants spring into action. They swarm the invader, biting and stinging until it runs away. This isn't just a one-time deal. It's a full-on symbiotic relationship. The ants live in the acacia's thorns, which are hollow and serve as perfect homes for them. Plus, the plant pumps out nectar specifically for the ants. Mother Nature's got her own version of rent-free living with built-in home security. This back and forth of favors ensures both the plant and ants thrive. It's a tiny world of alliance in the large kingdom of the wild, proving that even in nature, teamwork can be the key to survival. Isn't that a tiny, incredible wow fact to think about?
Can you believe a single tree owns itself?
Have you ever heard about a tree that owns itself? This sounds like a fairy tale, but it's actually true. In Athens, Georgia, there's a famous tree called the tree that owns itself. According to legend, in the early 1800s, a man named William H. Jackson loved this tree so much that he wanted to make sure it was protected for all time, even after he was gone. So he did something unusual. He legally deeded the tree ownership of itself and the land within 8 feet of its base. That means this tree has legal rights to its own little piece of land. No one can harm or cut it down because it's sort of like the tree is in charge of itself, just like a person can own a house or a piece of land. Isn't that a fun and quirky piece of history? Trees can't really own property, but the townspeople honor this legend and the tree to this day. It just goes to show how much people can care about nature. Follow me for more fun facts.